Rider Pride!
Good morning, everybody out there in YouTube land. If it's morning in your place, it might be afternoon, day, who knows. She's another cool day here in Saskatchewan. Minus 14 and a bit of a wind chill, about minus 25. We just went through some real cold stuff here in Saskatchewan. Not unusual to get the minus 30 stuff. And with the wind chill, your face will fall off in about 5 seconds. And that's literally, it'll fall off. It doesn't take long to freeze in this country. Got nothing much happening in the CFL these days. Free agency doesn't start until the start of February. My thoughts on free agency is you should concentrate on your Canadians that are free agents. I'm a strong believer in if you got the seven best starting Canadians in your lineup, you got the nucleus of a good team in the CFL. Like, there's no reason why these general managers can't find a lot of American talent. That's what they're getting paid for. Like, that's where I think O'Day's been failing. They just didn't bring any new talent last couple of years. Tried a few guys, but they were trying to rely on the old guard. Well, that didn't work. Ryan, are you coming back here? Hello? Ah, he's Hi.
Hi.
Oh, Seamus. Oh, you're getting Seamus, Rod? Rod, leave him alone. Come on, Seamus. Yes, Seamus. Yes, Seamus. Good dog, Seamus. Come on, Rod. Oh, you gotta chase him. Yeah. Come on, Rod. But anyway, that's it's up to O'Day to find these guys. Like, I was really a happy guy when, after Jones bailed on us to go to the NFL, we had got that Paul Jones as the assistant general manager. Now, that guy's been around. He's won awards as a scout. He was with the Edmonton Eskimos in their heyday, and they were in the winning ways. He was with the Bombers. I think he was even with Toronto. He's got a really good pedigree. I don't know if him and O'Day aren't getting along or can't decide who they're gonna bring in, how much they're gonna pay him. That's all their job. The other guy up there I don't know much about. He's got more of the other assistant manager, general manager, he's more in the Canadian background. But as far as general managers, they have to have the connections down south. That's where Murphy, when we had Murphy here, he was bloody good at finding the talent. You know, I go to the training camps every year, and you'd watch him. He was on that phone 24/7. He's got a lot of connections, and so does Jonesy in Edmonton. He has no trouble seeming to find new talent, and that's what we need. Like, I've had enough of this retreads. That's, I think, O'Shea has a good setup there. Winnipeg signed them again. him again. 3-year deal. I think Winnipeg's biggest downfall will be Galaris. They signed him for a 3-year deal with big bucks. I've never been a fan of signing one player for big bucks. I like spreading the wealth. You know, they got to pay him for 3 years now, that contract. And I don't think he'll last 3 years. He struggled in the Grey Cup. We're in Riderville here. We're in desperate need of finding O and D linemen. And they're the Americans. We need good tackles. About the only one we might be able to keep around is Cooper Richardson. The rest of them need a whole new set of D linemen. I mean O linemen and D linemen. Ryder! Come on back here. That's where Calgary has always been good too. Hoffnagel, he's the king of the CFL as far as I'm concerned as general managers. I think he's even got his son trained up real well. Spends most of his time down in the States. He seems to have very little problem finding talent up down there in the States. That's what you pay those general managers for. Get the right guys into camp. You get to bring about 80 of them in on training camp, and that's where you've got to separate who you're going to keep and who you're not. And we need a whole bunch of new ones. See what we get after this free agent deals. Like, the only guy the Riders have signed so far is a running back and one DB, Morrow, and as a running back and one DB. Few other guys across the league have signed, but they'll start popping in there more and more as opening of free agency starts. And I think we should be able to find our own American talent. It might be a little harder now that the XFL is starting up in February. They don't get paid a hell of a lot more they pay than the CFL. If not, a good Canadians won't go down there. A good Canadian, I don't think he'll go play in the XFL. If you're a good Canadian, your worth is worth more than what they're paying in the XFL. They got 10 teams, and I think their average salary, I think they pay them all the same, around $55,000 a year, except for the quarterbacks. They pay quarterbacks more bucks, but each player is pretty well at the same rate as far as I can figure out, and that's about $55K. But of course that's US dollars, so it's getting in pretty close to the price range of what you're paying your CFL guys. Not sure if that XFL will do very good. They got one smart rule where they line up different on kickoffs, and most of their kickoffs are returned. Right now I have no idea why they even bother kicking it off in the NFL. I would say 80% minimum. It's just kicked through the end zone. As far as I'm concerned, it's a waste of time. Might as well go to commercials. Nothing happens. Just kick it through the end zone and that's it. Stupid if you ask me. Why don't they just move it back? They got a different lineup in the XFL, supposedly to help with stopping players from getting injured, because there's some major collisions on kickoffs. Guys running full bore at each other, you're going to get some big hits. What I'd really like to see happen in the CFL is somehow get an alliance with the NFL, because you know, we lose players to the NFL. There's quite a few down there trying out now. We've got to get some sort of a compensation deal set up with them as being a platoon league or some sort of league that is affiliated with them, because it would help so much with the money. It's unreal. Another thing would help with the money is get rid of that goddamn exclusive TSN contract. I think that's ridiculous. You know, like, why can't there be more money brought in with the TV rights? They've got too much power, TSN, over the CFL schedule, as far as I'm concerned. Their times, start times, everything like that. I'm sure they've got about 80% of the bloody call of start times and who they want playing where. It's not right. They need some competition there somehow. Well, just came across a real cold part. I'll tell you, that was chilly coming out in the open against that wind. It's only about 15 miles an hour, but going against the wind, she was chilly. It's really quite pleasant back in here. To get out of the wind and in the trees is beautiful. Well, the ball's in O'Day's court now, and the football operations guys. They got to bring in the guys. Training camp next year, and it'll a lot of responsibility fall on Dickie and the boys when they go down to these camps, tryout camps down in south. They run a few of them through the winter season here. They've got to find guys even that walk on and tell them to come up here and try. That's the biggest part, is trying to convince these guys to come up and play in Canada, I think, anyway. Yeah, and for the money. It's definitely not they've got to get it'll give them a chance to show off their skills and maybe make it into the NFL. That's the show. The NFL's the show. You're paying against 80,000 fans every day, big bucks, big TV rights, big TV crowds. You know, the audience is huge in the NFL. That's where you want to play if you're a football player. That's your ultimate goal. But it's up to O'Day right now and his football guys to find us the players in training camp. I want to see some new blood. I don't want any of these retreads. We need to find our own guys and develop our own guys. Same at quarterback. Find somebody else. Look at Jones. He tried a whole pile out before he found one. In Edmonton there. That's what's got to happen. Who are we going to get? There's not that much out there. I don't want Evans. Cody ain't coming back. And Bo Levi Mitchell. Yeah, I guess he'd be all right, but how long is he going to last? He was never a runner anyway, and I like a running quarterback. Bo Levi, you're lucky to get him to go across the line of scrimmage. Everybody, I think Bo will go with whoever pays him the most bucks, period. As far as I'm concerned, I think, why not? He's only got so much time left. It's $1 more, and that's where he'll play. Well, anyway, till next time, go Riders go, and I'll be back to see you as soon as I can.